welcome to my YouTube channel. This has been something I've been wanting to do for so long. I thought I would do a quick little Q&A. I did a little question box on my Instagram and you guys asked a lot of questions. My daughter is napping right now, so we'll see if she wakes up. First question you guys asked is, do you want more children? Zoe and Bella are beautiful. The answer is yes, we do want more children. We do want to try to give Zoe a living brother or sister. I'm not sure when that'll be, but yes, we definitely want more kids. Next question is, what is the story behind the mushrooms? You can see a bunch of mushrooms on a garland right here. So mushrooms just remind us of our daughter Bella that passed away during labor a little over a year ago. We always called her our little baby Bella mushroom. So mushrooms is just our daughter's little symbol. So we have mushrooms everywhere just to honor our daughter Bella. Next question is, how did you cope with your pregnancy after loss? The answer is not very well. I feel like the pregnancy with Zoe was so hard because I had so much anxieties, and since my loss with Bella happened literally a day before Bella's due date, I have no safe zone and I just will never feel totally safe in a pregnancy. So that being said, I didn't like reach week 12 or week 30 and like feel content. My anxiety got worse and worse the further along I got, which is obviously a recipe for disaster. I will say I had a really hard conversation with all of my providers the minute I found out I was pregnant and told them my anxieties, and obviously they knew my past history, so they really worked with me to help me alleviate as much anxiety as possible. That being said, from week 6 to 18 until I started feeling consistent movements, they let me go in as often as I wanted to, sometimes 2-3 times a week, just for a Doppler check. I did purchase a Doppler myself. I think she's waking up. I did purchase a Doppler myself, but I feel like it gave me more anxiety because I would try to find the heart rate, and then it would be staticky, and then it would send me into a spiral, and I would just remember when we tried to find Bella's heart rate on the Doppler when we were in labor and we couldn't find it. So it was just a triggering thing. It didn't work out for me. So I will say, if you're pregnant after loss, definitely have that conversation with your providers. What is going to make you feel as comfortable as possible? And for me, that was being seen as often as possible, which is what I did. If you guys are interested on literally the tests that I did, amount of times I was seen, all my prenatal visits, what I did at each visit for my pregnancy after loss, let me know and I'm happy to do that in another video. I also will say I joined a support group after my daughter Bella died, and they have a pregnancy after loss group, and I loved joining those groups every month. It really helped me feel a little less alone, and also sharing my story on social media and connecting with other loss moms that were also pregnant after loss. It helped me feel a little bit less alone. Another thing with being pregnant after loss, I went into labor and delivery literally every single week after 24 weeks. My anxiety was so bad as I was entering the 3rd trimester that literally I called my provider all the time for decreased or off movements, and they were just go into labor and delivery. So the amount of times that I spent every Friday and Saturday afternoon in labor and delivery was a little shocking, but I had to do what I had to do to survive the pregnancy, and I'm so glad that I just went in and had that peace of mind and had the extra checks. It really, really helped. And I will say the doctors and nurses were so sweet about it. And towards the end of my pregnancy, they remembered my name and they're like, oh, Tiffany's back. Let's go check on Zoe. So they were super sweet about it and understanding, of course, with what happened in my past. Next question is, how did I come up with both of my girls' names? So Bella, I just loved the name Bella. My husband and I spent some time in Italy a few years ago, and I love how everyone was ciao Bella, and I'm I love the name Bella, and it means beautiful, and I just thought it was the sweetest name, so that's what came with Bella. And then Zoe, it just came to me literally once Bella passed away and we started trying for another baby. Oh, I think she's back to sleep. The name Zoe means life, and when we were first trying for a second baby, I said to my husband, I was we're either gonna have a Zoe or a Joey. I don't know, the names just came to me. Obviously Joey because my husband's name is Joey if we had a son, and then the name Zoe just came to me, and I love that Zoe means life. So, and our middle name is Bella, so it's life beautiful. I just really love it. I think it's super sweet, and I love the short names because our last name is really long, so I just think it fits really well. Next question is, how was the TTC process after loss? TTC means trying to conceive, and that process was really hard. We were ready almost instantly to try for another baby after losing Bella, and I know that's super specific to everyone going through loss. Some people are never ready again. Some people are ready immediately. I was one of those people. I will say, since we really did not try so hard to conceive Bella, we literally conceived her on the first try, I just assumed that I would get pregnant super fast with Zoe, and that was not the case. It took about 5 cycles, which had me also spiraling, because you lose so much trust in your body after going through a stillbirth that I just totally convinced myself that I had like secondary infertility, that we were never going to be able to bring living children into the world. So that was a really hard mental battle to go through. I will say I downloaded the Flow app, and I quickly realized that my cycle is not like everyone else's, and that's not really a good way to track your cycle. So I did start tracking my cycle using ovulation strips, and then I realized that my cycles were actually really long, so I was missing my fertile window every month we were trying, and then we conceived Zoe. And were you snoozing? Big burp. Hi. You just farted. This question is, did I have a baby shower for Zoe similar to Bella's? And the answer is no. And honestly, that's not weird, because even if Bella lived, I still wouldn't have had a shower for Zoe. It's not something my family really does. My family usually just has one shower, and maybe if they have like another gender, they would have like a sprinkle. But since I had another girl, I didn't feel like I needed one. We had so much stuff that was sent to us for Bella, so many toys and clothes, and we literally had everything set up for her because she literally passed away during labor. So I didn't feel like we needed a shower. I do feel like Zoe was celebrated so well during my pregnancy, so I didn't feel like I needed another like celebration event, if that makes sense. This question is, when did you tell your family and friends you were pregnant with Zoe? I love this question because before I conceived Zoe, I was the type of person that was like, I'm never telling anyone like I'm pregnant ever again. And that quickly changed when I learned that there's literally no safe zone, and every baby deserves to be celebrated. And if I had gone through what I went through with Bella and no one knew that I was pregnant with Bella, like that would be so much harder, because I would have no support and people would be like, I didn't even know you were pregnant. The answer is literally the second I tested positive. My in-laws were here. It was actually Easter Sunday. I'll never forget it. And we got a positive test, and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to tell like my in-laws immediately, because they were literally in the next room. Like there's no way I could have gone in there and like kept it a secret. We also live really far from family, so I would only tell them in person anyways. And I was like, I don't know when I'll see them again in person, like probably not for a couple months. So we went in there and we literally told them the second I had a positive test. I don't even think I missed my period. Like it was so early, like so early. Then I went down to visit my mom and dad a couple weeks later, and I told them. So I told my family instantly, and I truly just do not believe that you can jinx anything by sharing your pregnancy early. I think that's the stigma we really need to get away from. It makes no sense. Every baby deserves to be celebrated, and there's just no safe zone. My daughter Bella passed away a day before her due date, so there's just no safe zone. What is my favorite thing about being a mom? Love seeing Zoe grow up. I love sharing Bella's story and helping other moms, and I just love my girls. I love being a girl mom. I never pictured myself as a mom. We never really had that conversation. My husband and I were first like dating, or even when we were first getting married, like how many kids do we want? Like, do we want children? We like never talked about that for some reason. And then it just like came so naturally. It just feels so natural to us to have children. And I love my mom. My mom is literally my best friend in the world. So I just am so excited to have that relationship with all my children. So yeah, there are a few more questions that aren't really like pregnancy loss related, so I'm gonna probably make another video. But if you guys have any other questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer, and I'm an open book. I am willing to literally share whatever, because I think it's important to share my story, and if I can help anyone, then I will do it. Thank you for watching this video. All the ways to support me are found in the link in my bio. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Please don't forget to subscribe to this video. It would mean the world to us, and I love you guys so much. Bye.